Friends, welcome to Christ-Centered Relationships, and thank you so much for clicking on this video. So when you leave Christ out of your relationship, then you lose it. So if Jesus is in the family, it's a happy home. So if Jesus is in the family, happy home, happy home, happy home. If Jesus is in the family, happy home, happy home. So our memory text is coming from the book of Psalm 127 verse 1. The Bible says, unless the Lord watches over the city, the watchmen watch in vain. Yeah, so you are so welcome to today's video, and thank you so much for your love and your support. So in today's video, we are going to share a very important topic, in a relationship or in a marriage cycle. So the topic is the healing power of forgiveness. The healing power of forgiveness. You know what, beloved of God, like in every couple's relationship, there's always has to be room for forgiveness, a highly gratifying experience, both of the person granting and person receiving it. So I pray that the Spirit of God will help us to understand and comprehend as we look at this. Because you know what? A lot of catastrophes have happened because of not forgiving. And some people think that, forgiveness actually is a sign of weakness when it's not, when actually it is very cardinal and it is needed in our world today. One thing you have to note is that when one spouse deeply hates the other, a significant disturbance is produced in a relationship. And in these cases, it is necessary to restore balance again, dear friends. So if this does not happen, one runs the risk of wearing down or shattering. It even actually leads to death. I'm telling you, it leads to depression. So we need to give room for forgiveness, and don't ignore when your friend is hurt. Make sure that you ask for forgiveness. So forgiveness, friends, like I mentioned earlier on, it is very cardinal, and forgiveness is actually the appropriate way of returning a marital, relationship to good health. If you want to have a good relationship, make sure that you have room for forgiveness. Yes. So subscribe to our channel, comment in the section below what you think about this topic. So I'm going to discuss about 4 points which Dr. Mario Pereira proposes. So these phases clearly shows the therapeutic power of forgiveness when accompanied by understanding on the part of both spouses. The first point is making oneself morally conscious. Making oneself morally conscious. So to start the process of forgiveness, the offender has to recognize his or her offending attitude or behavior. So in psychological, terms, that is referred to as insight or sudden inner awakening to the moral mistake made. For example, a husband who has been unfaithful to the wife cannot enjoy her forgiveness unless he is fully convinced of the immorality of his conduct. Without taking this initial step, friends, I'm telling you, he will be unable to begin any rehabilitation experience. So the second point is that once in a state of moral awareness, the individual may choose from several alternative ways or his or her situation. It is a crossroads. So I have heard and I'm truly repentant. Should I confess and ask for forgiveness, or cover up the offense and live alone with guilty? The first option actually is the healthiest, as the second leads to serious mental health problem apart from a progressive deterioration in a relationship. The third point is to ask for forgiveness, asking for forgiveness. So, of course, you know what, friends, step 1 and 2 are full of internal tension and a private turmoil within the offender's conscience. Now, but once the decision in favor of forgiveness and reconciliation is taken, then comes action. So to explicitly confess, ask for forgiveness, acknowledge one's mistake, all face to face. When this is a genuine act, it tends to promote a magnanimous reaction in the spouse, making it easier for him or her to grant forgiveness. So the fourth point, of course, not the least, is beyond forgiveness. Beyond forgiveness. So after receiving forgiveness, the offender needs to repair the damage done. For instance, do everything in his or her power to bring all about restoration. Furthermore, forgiveness involves a real forgetfulness, you know, like real forgetting about the past, because most of us have a challenge there. When we forgive, like we tend to remind our friends about the past incidents, what they did in the past. So it is very cardinal, it is very, very important, to forget about the past. Don't bring about the past when you're discussing something. No, you need to forget about the past. It takes the power of God to forget the past. I know humanly, like, it is difficult, but we need to forget the past. Of course, you know what, there has to be firm resolution by the offender not to recur in the mistake. Now, this process actually contains deeply healing powers. Through its use, a relationship may reach even greater levels of complicity and happiness than those of its beginnings. So, however, necessary, to actually be warned that often, and especially in the case of constant abuse or retaliation or reiterated adultery, the process may not work. Yes. So, but once forgiveness is secured, the situation recurs, entering into a vicious cycle from which it becomes more and more difficult to escape. So, there would seem to be no sense in forgiveness here, as it does not lead to positive results. So, beloved of God, subscribe to our channel, comment in the section below, and what is your takeaway from our lesson for today? Comment in the section below. I would love to hear from you. So, thank you so much for watching, for commenting, and for your support. So, let us keep forgiving. So, the healing power of forgiveness actually brings healing in your heart, unlike not forgiving. So, God bless you. See you in our next video. Bye bye.